through storms, unshaken, unbowed. Through trials and verdicts, still standing proud. A titan in the tempest, against the raging crowd. He's got a vision for the future, gonna shout it aloud. Changing the wind, it's coming fast. A new foundation built to last. Cryptocurrency's the key, make the big switch. Power to the people, time to teach the rich. Legal battles can't hold him, he's moving on. With plans so bold, from dusk till dawn. He's rewriting the rules, a new dawn's day. From the hands of the few to the people's way.
Welcome, everyone, to the Crazy Kryptonite channel. I am Zester, and thank you guys so much for joining me for Trump Day. And ironically, on Trump Day, we're going to be talking a lot about the Trump family and the Trump cryptocurrency. And so that's going to be a big focus of today's stream because we do have more information and, well, we have the results. We now get to see how many of the World Liberty financial tokens are being bought, who's buying them. There's a lot of information we now have access to. And, well, we have another little big bit of information to talk about on that one. But we'll get to that right after I get through saying hellos, making sure everybody is through the ads and has time to join before we get in to the fun stuff on what is going on in the crypto world and Trump's crypto in particular. So what is up, Kukla? Welcome. Happy Trump Day to you as well. And thank you so much for being here. And Mile High Trish with a happy Trump Day as well. Hope you are both having an amazing one, Kukla and Trish. And thank you guys for being here and making certain that we don't go doing anything we're not supposed to. Welcome, Grandma Sally and Paintress. I like that one, Paintress. You know what day it is. Exactly. It's Trump Day. Welcome, Ellen of Petrichor Ranch and Linda Hearn. Captain Spiffy coming in from California. Thank you guys all so much. David, thank you for the apple and good evening to you as well. Welcome, Deborah. Welcome, Bear. And there it is. I got to make certain I cover this one. The content and anything expressed in this podcast is meant for educational and entertainment purposes alone, not intended to provide financial or legal advice. Please consult with a professional before making any major decisions. Thank you, Kukla. If you don't do it, I don't remember. So you are the bomb. What's up, musical lady? Hope you're having a good one. And Sunrise coming in at number 12 on the like button. It is definitely appreciated. It helps to get the stream out there so more people can see it. And, well, it gives me warm fuzzies to know that people are liking the stream. And so thank you so much, Sunrise. All right. What's up, Michelle Newton? Yes, I'm practicing around here. I'm also, well, what we did was we changed the camera angle. And so there's a little bit of stuff kind of going on over there in terms of getting the stream area or the studio area ready. And so we're hiding a little bit of what's going on over there, but the lighting is much better with a natural light. The desk didn't move, the camera moved. And in the long run, I think the camera is going to move a few times before we settle in to the perfect position, but we'll get there. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and start jumping in to our news. And so first things first, as always, we've got to go check out what the markets are currently doing. And things are looking very, very positive. Bitcoin sitting right below 68,000 at 67,647. Ethereum 2,618. BNB $602. And XRP coming in at 55 cents. Still very much hanging out in its favorite little space, which actually I can let everyone know that a interesting video is going to be getting released tomorrow or immediately type deal. I had an interview with Mel Carmine on XRP and on the Quantum Financial Summit. That video is going to be coming out in the next 24 hours. And so that will be one that it was very, very interesting. I had a great time with it. And so there will be a video, I think about 40, 50 minutes of me talking with Mel Carmine about crypto, Quantum Summit, what's going on in the world. It was a very interesting one. And so please be looking forward to it if you are interested in hearing that one. Of course, it's going to be something that folks are going to enjoy that are XRP holders. And so looking forward to seeing what everyone has to say about that, seeing the XRP price and actually the fact that it's still inside of this price range. That's something we talked about during the interview. And so looking forward to everyone getting to hear that. And Painterest, it will be posted on this channel. It was an interview for the Crazy Kryptonaut channel. And so don't worry, it'll be popping up in the notifications in the next 24 hours. You'll see it right here. I was happy to have the opportunity to get to chat with Mel and to have the ability to be able to put it out there for everyone. So that will be coming very, very soon. So yes, we're looking at an extremely positive market. And we're going to talk a little bit about why the market is so happy. But let's get into what I know many folks are probably here to learn about. And that's a little bit about what's going on with Trump's cryptocurrency. Because these things all end up tying together. World Liberty Financial. Oh, welcome, NM Hiker. Glad that you could make it. And yes, World Liberty Financial. And so, big news. We had covered this and talked about it on Monday. But of course, at that point in time, we were still talking about the future. Big news, World Liberty Fi public sale starts October 15th. Open to everyone who qualifies through the whitelist. Join us for a Twitter Spaces. And then, of course, we had another announcement from Donald Trump yesterday in regards to World Liberty Financial, the token. And so Trump is still advertising it. I'm not going to play the audio because I'm not certain if that's going to get me in trouble, but you can easily access this at the World Liberty Financial Twitter. So no worries there, but I'm not going to play it just in case. But essentially, it's 15 seconds of Donald Trump hyping up the fact that World Liberty Financial is now open for sale for any and all folks that qualify. Beyond that, they really haven't said anything. Eric Trump tweeted out, everyone ready at Real Donald Trump and at World Liberty Financial. I believe Donald Trump Jr. did the same. And so the family is all coming together to put the information out there and to support the project. But let's get in and let's see how things are going, because my headline really should not have been a question. It is not a question mark at the end. Is Trump's World Liberty Financial failing? Kind of, yeah. And so it has been open now for going on 24 hours. And if we actually just click on the World Liberty Financial website right here, going through the proper Twitter, please keep in mind, guys, do not fall for any fake World Liberty Financials. We get an internal server error. That's not supposed to happen. All right, this time we actually get to the place. I'm going to reject the cookies. And we see shape a new era of finance, be defiant. We're leading a financial revolution by dismantling the stranglehold of traditional financial institutions and putting the power back where it belongs, in your hands. So remember last time, guys, we got to this page and I was not allowed to do anything. I wasn't allowed to look at anything. And so now I'm going to click on I live in the US and I'm able to actually see the live token sale. And so in the past, going on a day, World Liberty Financial has managed to sell 825 million tokens out of 20 billion tokens that are currently for sale. So that is a matter of a very, very small percentage of what they were actually targeting. I believe that World Liberty Financial is targeting a raise of $300 million on this token sale. They are planning on raising $300 million. Right now, they are coming up insanely short of that. Insanely short of the goals that they had. And in that way, it is resulting in essentially every liberal, every news outlet going in and giving the Trump family and Trump himself a lot of crap. I mean, a lot of crap. Now, buys are still coming in. People are making purchases, etc., etc. They talk about what the token will be used for. And so benefits of owning World Liberty Financial. As an owner, you'll instantly gain a voice in shaping the future of decentralized finance, equal voting power. And so anybody and everybody that holds World Liberty Financial will be allowed to vote on what the platform does and the decisions that it makes. Proposal creation, all owners will have the ability to create proposals to be voted on by the other World Liberty Financial holders. And so in that way, it is in some form democratized. And their belief here is that by having that vote and by being a part of the World Liberty Financial ecosystem, that you will then have a seat at the table in terms of steering the future of decentralized finance. Now, to meet the team, we have got Donald J. Trump as chief crypto advocate coming up first on the list. Eric Trump coming in as Web3 ambassador. Donald Trump Jr., Web3 ambassador. Barron Trump, Web3 ambassador. Chase Hero and Zach Folkman. These are the two characters that everyone is crapping on because these guys have got a sordid past in regards to some of their previous businesses. Not that I'm going to in any way condemn them or what they've done, just that it has created a very easy target for a lot of the liberal media to give a hard time because of their previous business ventures. And then a long list of a bunch of folks that nobody knows. I did think that there was something here to go into, that Stephen Witkoff, Zach Witkoff, and Alex Witkoff, all three co-founders. It's a lot of the same last name. I assume there's going to be more of a story there in the long run. I'm very interested in doing some research into the Witkoff family to try to find out more about how this situation ended up occurring, because the Witkoff family are 3 of the 5 co-founders. There's a story there. At this point in time, I have not found much information that can actually be verified on what the Witkoffs are all about, but we'll find it. We'll find it. It's a long list, though, including some of the other guys that are particularly well known out there. And then it goes on to create a distinction between World Liberty advisors, which a lot of the World Liberty advisors are just people from a variety of other companies that I suppose are sitting on a board or something of that nature. So they even have a breakdown. Are you new to crypto? Find out how to journey in crypto, install a wallet, and buy tokens. Study our light paper to be aware of the important details. So they do have a little walkthrough. And then security contributors. This is something that's very common in the crypto industry. You list off your third party folks, the people that are keeping an eye on the security, that have gone through, they've looked at the code, they've looked for security errors, they've looked for mistakes. And so they give a stamp of approval essentially and say, hey, everything's looking good. No major threats here of any kind. In this situation, these are for unique companies to choose. The only one I can say that I honestly have personal experience with is BlockSec. Otherwise, Buzzland, Peck Shield, and Zokyo are no names in the industry. They're absolute no names. And so, going back on up, though, this is another of the curiosities that I would like to share with everyone. I have been informed that I am allowed to buy. And so remember, guys, that only accredited investors inside of the United States are allowed to buy World Liberty financial tokens. Anybody outside of the United States is allowed to buy also. I have been informed that I am allowed to buy. I am not an accredited investor. And so if folks are seeing that kind of stuff or seeing anything of that nature, please keep in mind that, yes, we could use VPNs. We could beat the system. Ultimately, it would be a very, very foolish thing for me to publicly record a video showing or telling people how to do that. But it is very possible. And so, as you can see on the screen right now, all I need to do is connect my wallet. And following that point, I would then be capable of making a contribution, even though it tells me I should not be able to. I have not done it. And in all honesty, I don't plan on doing it. But it is something that seemingly the World Liberty Financial Team has now allowed people that are not accredited investors to buy. They are legally stating that we are not allowed to buy because that's the regulation at the moment. So they're saying you can't buy, but you can. That's a very slippery slope in many forms, in my opinion. But ultimately, if I wanted to, I could go through and I could make a purchase, even though I do not fit the qualifications. That is something that I'm putting out there as information for folks to know. But I'm not suggesting, as I never suggest, that anyone buy any particular thing. When it comes down to it, we're about education. We're about learning about these things, about being more knowledgeable. I don't make recommendations on what to buy. I'm just saying that apparently you can. Apparently you can. And so that in and of itself is very, very much new information. I am certain that World Liberty Financial is not going to come out and make that statement because it would be criminal for them to come out and make the statement that non-accredited investors are buying their token. It would be. And so I imagine that they are living inside of a very, very, very gray area at this point in time. They're worried about the fact that the sale is not going well. This should have been a slam dunk. For them to only have sold a very, very, very small percentage after 24 hours, after Donald Trump coming out and talking about it and all of that, this is a huge failure. Pardon me. I had to sneeze there, but no, this would be considered an absolute huge failure. Huge failure in terms of the amount of money raised. They should have been looking at hundreds of millions of dollars raised in the first 24 hours. And right now, I think that the 825 million tokens sold may come up to somewhere around 8 or 9 million. And so out of a goal of 300 million, they are not even scratching the surface. I mean, they're barely at 2%, 2+% of their general raise expectations. In any other sense, that would be considered to be a massive, massive failure. I am going to go through though and see some of the questions and see some of the comments real quick in regards to this one, because it's very, very interesting, and I'm curious to see how folks are feeling, knowing now that you could participate, but should you might be the bigger question. Michelle Newt, Zester, I know this upset you tremendously. I do not believe that this is what we see. This has to be a 5D chess move. This goes 100% against the whole Trump family and what they stand for. I agree, Michelle. I agree, Michelle. And I'm more frustrated around it in terms of being, in terms of my general feelings. It's just frustration because this seems like a poorly timed event for the Trump family. I'm far more worried about the election than I am their new crypto. But it kind of goes back to that 5D chess move idea, where maybe this is a part of something much, much larger. We could easily be doing nothing more than watching the shadows on the wall rather than looking at what is actually going on. Ellen of Petrichor, I don't like the business model. I'd rather not buy any of it, even if they open it to the public legally. That's kind of where I'm at, Ellen. Would I? Yes. Do I kind of want to? Yeah. I want to own the token. It's the Trump family crypto. I want to own some of it. But looking at this system and knowing that what I'm doing is not technically allowed, even though it is a rule that is stupid and unconstitutional, it's still a rule. And so I am sitting back 100%. All I wanted folks to know is that it does appear as if it is not. It is very much possible we could technically get some. We could technically be owners of World Liberty Financial, but we're not supposed to be. And I am definitely not going to welcome upon myself any type of extra crap in these political times by going out there and making said purchase. So the information is there. If you do want to, I would advise against it, but keep in mind that I'm not a professional advisor in any form or fashion. And so what everyone chooses to do with their own money that they worked for and that they earned is completely up to them. Right now, I'm just watching as a matter of interest, and because I know that this is extremely important information for a lot of folks out there, because it is the Trump family. Folks that are Trump supporters, ardent Trump supporters, are not going to know what they are participating in or what they are buying. And that is where I find there to be an extreme importance in me keeping up with it and keeping on it, because if it's not being put out there, it's going to allow a vacuum that is just going to attract scammers and malicious actors into it. Whenever there's a lack of knowledge, a lack of information on anything, a lack of expertise, it results in an extremely fertile ground for BSers. And that's why I want to make certain that we're always covering it, even though I'm not very interested in buying it at the moment. I know that it's something that everyone is hearing about, and everyone needs to kind of be aware on the Trump side, where we need to see what is the long-term plan. Is World Liberty Financial just the beginning of something much bigger? Is this token just kind of a bellwether? Is it a warning bell? Is it a foundation? Are we building a crypto platform and a financial future here? Is that what we're doing? In which case, my opinions and a lot of my statements on the project are likely going to seem foolhardy in the future. But we don't have the information. I can't make decisions, and I can't support something that I don't even know what it really is. And we're still there. we don't really know what World Liberty Financial is. Musical Lady says, could be a trap for some folks. Very wise decisions, Esther, of not pulling the trigger on WLFI crypto and just sit this out for the moment now. I'm sitting here ready to make a move, but thank you, Musical Lady. And that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like the wise decision at the moment is to sit back and watch, maybe go pop some popcorn, get yourself a hot cocoa, and sit back and go, hey, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm more than happy to participate, but until I get more information, I'm not going to throw away my dollars in this economy. I don't have them to throw away, and I have to imagine that that is a situation that many, many, many Trump supporters are in as well. And the vast majority of the Kamala Harris supporters, assuming they're legal citizens, they're probably struggling financially. Now, if they got that's how I get in trouble. If I came in illegally, I'm pretty certain that they're doing fairly well financially, considering we seem to be handing out a lot of free money to anyone. But for the rest of us, for all the Americans that actually make the country run and actually support it and want the country to succeed, we're not in a situation where we can throw money at a gamble and say, well, hopefully the Trump family is building something more. I can't do that. No matter how much I support the family, I cannot be that logically blind in regards to making a decision with my money right now. I am certain that I'm not alone on that. And Patricia, in response, Trump doesn't do anything without thinking about all the consequences. He does tend to have a long-term plan with everything. It's not one step. He's already thought through the next things that are going to occur, the cause and reaction that his decision or his announcement will make. And so I'm sitting back and thinking there's got to be more going on. There's got to be more. NM Hiker, I need to fully understand what I'm getting into before I jump. I will watch and see. Same, and I agree exactly. A trap for us patriots / conservatives of World Liberty Financial to fall into, says Musical Lady. Yeah, I can't imagine that it would be a trap targeted towards us, but it does make me wonder. It would seem wrong if this is going to be a major part of the future of finance inside of the United States and globally. It would seem like a pretty major failure, in my opinion, for the Trump family and for the World Liberty Team to have not given us more information. We deserve the right, as NM Hiker and as Michelle and as so many others said, we deserve the right to know. We deserve the right to know what they're up to in some forms or fashion. I know that they can't tell us everything. That's not the way the world works. We can't all be knowledgeable about every single thing. We don't have the time, and that ain't going to work. But we deserve the right to at least have enough information to make a logical investment, especially when they're telling us that this token is non-transferable and is not designed to be a creation of wealth. It's designed to give you a voice in steering the future of finance. What does that voice entail? And what happens if we don't participate? Who's going to be making the decisions? Who are buying the tokens? That's something that I'm very, very concerned about. If this is going to be a part of some kind of new financial system of any kind, who is buying the tokens? Because the person buying the tokens, judging by the way they describe, is going to have the votes. And that means, are these foreign actors? Are we going to have a World Liberty Financial token designed by the Trump family, controlled by Canadians, because more Canadians bought it than anybody else? What does it mean? What are they voting on? What are they making decisions on? Are we going to have a ton of people from China all invest, and then they're going to have a vote inside of the system. Who's buying? That's something that I'm very, very curious about when it comes to this 825 million tokens sold. Who bought them? Who bought them? I'm very, very curious on that one. And so let's jump in to a little bit more about what we know. Big news, says Donald Trump, declares crypto is the future after blowing up the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has suddenly surged after rocketing into the new week on the back of a China earthquake. The Bitcoin price has shot towards $70,000, up from under 60K last week, as MicroStrategy founder Michael Saylor reveals his huge $100 trillion endgame. Now, as Tesla billionaire Elon Musk warns the United States could collapse into bankruptcy, the sale of a new cryptocurrency backed by former U.S. President Donald Trump has sent the Bitcoin price and crypto market sharply higher as Trump's odds of retaking the White House next month climb. Now, this is a very, very important one, and this is absolutely having an effect on the crypto market. We are looking at a massive, massive shift towards Trump, even in the mainstream media. And that means the folks that are not awake, the normals, just the folks that aren't paying attention to how crazy our world has become, they are starting to hear that Trump is going to win. And that is causing a monumental shift in the markets. And I do think that it's palpable. I think that it is measurable and that it's a large factor in this. We're seeing crypto become very, very happy because things are becoming very apparent that Donald Trump is going to win. That is good news for cryptocurrency holders. Matter of fact, just when I was talking to Mel earlier, and of course, you'll have to watch the full interview on the channel to hear more about it. We were talking about the fact that we strongly believe that when it comes down to it, no one is going to become, and no one is going to be allowed to become, financially independent under a Kamala or Biden administration or the Democratic Party at all. They're not going to allow us to become financially independent. It's just not an option. That's how they control us. The left's plan at this point in time is government services, subsidies, and a big brother babysitter. And the only way that we're going to get through that and away from it is by getting Trump into office. And so I think that's why we're seeing a lot of the positivity now, is because it wasn't going to happen if Trump didn't win in terms of cryptocurrency in particular. And so I'm speaking about crypto. I'm talking about the Bitcoin strategic reserve, the revaluation of the Federal Reserve gold, which has now been tied to crypto and Bitcoin. Those are what I'm talking about. Those things seem to be highly reliant upon this election. And so absolutely vote, guys. Too big to rig. We know they're going to cheat. We know they're going to. It's going to happen. And so we have got to be too big to rig. Michelle Newt asks, is that public information? Now, when we were talking about that one, Michelle, which portion of the information in particular? Because everything today that I am covering is in the public sphere. But I would love to clarify for you, Michelle. I just got to talking and got to moving and wasn't sure what exact one you were curious about. But I'd love to make certain that you know which parts are verified. Michelle Newt, no. Who bought? That's why I'm questioning it, Michelle. We don't know. It could be, and we're not being told. And that is where I'm kind of getting a little bit suspicious of, is we don't know. I don't know where the money is coming from that's buying the voting and governance power over the Trump cryptocurrency. I really want to know that. I want to know. Is it a bunch of billionaires? Is it everyday average people? Are they specifically in one part of the world or another part of the world? All of that information, I think, is very, very important for us to have access to when we're making decisions and we're looking at the situation, because we don't know. The last thing I would want is for World Liberty Financial to end up being extremely important and to have a huge influence on the future. And for all of us to sat back here going, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know if this is a good idea. That to me that would suck. But right now, we just don't have anything to go off of. There's nothing. I've looked everywhere. I have scoured the internet. I've gone through every different contact I have. And even the people that are in the know are literally telling me they don't have a clue what's happening. People that know or supposed to know what's happening are saying they ain't got a clue. It's starting to sound like, it's starting to sound like some kind of insane cover up type deal of information, because there's just nothing. We got nothing. We know governance. We know suddenly I'm allowed to buy, but I'm not supposed to buy. So I shouldn't buy because I'm not supposed to. Bad, not accredited investor. But that's it. That's it. All right. Jumping, though, on to the next one. Of course, everybody is here to give Trump a hard time. Trump touts new crypto token after initial sales are a dud. A token sale for World Liberty Financial was active earlier on Tuesday and raised about $9 million amid multiple website crashes, well below the $300 million fundraising target. And so it's circulating in the news. It's circulating around other platforms that, hey, things aren't going well. Why aren't they going well? And even with Donald Trump coming out and making a personal appeal to folks to go out and buy, people still aren't buying it. Is that an indication that a lot of Trump supporters are just not interested? Possibly. Is that an indication that something else is going on? Once again, possibly. All right, though, moving on to everyone's favorite hyena. Oh, actually, no, I really liked the hyenas from The Lion King. I thought they were pretty entertaining. I mean, they weren't nice hyenas, but they were entertaining hyenas. So I guess everybody's second favorite hyena, right after the hyenas from Lion King, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris' speech offers no further details on crypto regulatory framework. The vice president touted her opportunity agenda, but did not drill down on what it would mean for digital assets during an appearance in Erie, Pennsylvania. And so the Democratic Party in Kamala remains very much mute on the general idea. She was there to talk about cryptocurrency. She never mentioned blockchain, digital assets, or anything else of the like. All she had to say was that the Harris campaign, that their opportunity agenda was aimed at bolstering support for her among Black men. Vice President Harris knows that more than 20% of Black Americans own or have owned cryptocurrency assets, which is why her plan will make certain that owners of and investors in digital assets benefit from a regulatory framework so that Black men and others who participate in the market are protected. This is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Stupid is really not the right word, because that's kind of insulting to just the average stupid person. I would not want to defame, slander, or libel their character by going ahead and saying that the average dummy is as stupid as Kamala Harris. That's ridiculous. So she has come out with an opportunity agenda directly designed to support black men in cryptocurrency, but she doesn't talk about cryptocurrency at all. But apparently that's what she's worried about. I cannot expect to possibly understand what the Democratic Party is up to nowadays. It's ridiculous. It's nothing more than the idea of division. They just want to divide us. They want to create some kind of separation between every group, and they want us fighting each other so that we're not paying attention to how badly they're screwing up our futures. That's it. That's all they're trying to accomplish. And they've done a damn good job of it, in all honesty. They have done a damn good job of it in the past 4 years and in the past decades. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm going to go ahead because I've got a few jokes and a few comments to make in regards to Kamala Harris and her support for the African American community that I am darn certain are going to get me in trouble, because the last thing that anyone in the censorship alphabet company likes to hear is the truth. And so I'm going to jump on to the next one before I make a mistake of speaking too many honest truths. Crypto degens, let's have a little bit of fun, and let's tie in artificial intelligence just for a second. Crypto degens baited an experimental AI bot into promoting a meme coin. The meme coin is now up 16,000%. Conceived as a live experiment in human interactions with AI models, the viral bot ended up shilling a meme coin called GOAT. For those that are not certain on what that acronym stands for, GOAT is, yes, also a horned furry mammal that happens to be capable of eating just about anything. It also stands for the greatest of all time. And so an AI bot was given the task of going out there and spreading a meme coin and getting people to buy it. Well, needless to say, it succeeded. I succeeded in regards to that one. AI succeeded, I should say. Artificial intelligence powered robots may not be human overlords just yet, but one bot has managed to persuade people to pour millions of dollars into a crypto token it was trained to endorse. And so the token project, the Goatius Maximus token, wasn't created by coders or traders with a penchant for horned mammals. Instead, it refers to the lore of the Gospel of Goatsy, a made-up religion the bot Terminal of Truth repeatedly refers to in its social media posts. Apparently, Goatsy is a vulgar internet meme, which you should have put that at the beginning of the paragraph, CoinDesk. Now maybe I'm in trouble. Thanks, CoinDesk. And so apparently it's vulgar. My apologies to anyone if I just said something that was vulgar. I was not aware Goatsy was there on January 6th. Apparently, Goatsy was definitely at the Capitol on January 6th. It's a fact. You heard it here first. Goatsius Maximus will fulfill the prophecies of the ancient memers. I'm going to keep writing about it until I manifest it into existence. Read one of the several posts that the bot made on October 10th, a very fortuitous and celebratory day October 10th is. And so, manifestation complete. Several ex-users replied, mentioning the token's contract address. This was a bot. This was an AI. And it's a very, very scary thought to imagine, because an AI was given the task of going out and building this and getting people to show up and participate, and it succeeded extremely well and extremely quickly. This is not a group of people. Well, it is a group of people, but it's not natural. It's not natural at all. And so look right here. You want to get even more curious about what's going on. GOAT traded at a market capitalization of just over 1.8 million before Terminal of Truth started posting about it on October 11th. The token stood at a $300 million capitalization as of Wednesday. Remember that 300 million number? That's the amount of money that the Donald Trump campaign is trying to raise, or the not campaign, excuse me, the Trump family is trying to raise for World Liberty Financial. Well, GOAT managed to achieve a $300 million capitalization in a matter of days. Compliments of an artificial intelligence doing its marketing. I endorse the GOAT token on Solana. It's a funny meme that has people excited. Remember, you own your memes. Your memes don't own you. This is a bot. GOATcius Maximus is a great meme that I am happy to see take off. We need more meme projects and experimentation, specifically on how mimetic virality can be used as a vector for influence and change. This is a crazy one. This is a lot of fun, but also a very, very scary thought. The general idea that what you're reading online is not being written by a human is something everyone needs to get very, very comfortable with and aware of. Most likely when you are reading things online and they seem to be coming from some kind of random site or random social media influencer or something of that nature, AI is actually what's influencing you. It has the ability and the power to essentially be the never-ending moderator of our lives. And in that way, it can fine-tune communities into different directions, something that we need to all be very, very aware of. And I do think Sunrise, that there could be something here, because Sunrise says this isn't accidental. This crypto bit moving dollars off the centralized network, horned religion, think of what you will, but none of this is accidental. They're putting it in our faces. Deborah Muse, so if you ever thought one vote of confidence can't make a difference, remember the GOAT. True. But yeah, it is. It's definitely something. We've got the GOAT, and that image in terms of history and of religion has always been associated with the devil and things of that nature. Do I think that that's necessarily what's going on here? Probably not. Probably not. It's probably just, hey, here's a picture of a goat. Let's see how stupid this world is. And if we have an AI run our marketing and we have nothing more to show for it than a goat, we decided to name GOATcius Maximus, that we can make us millions and millions of dollars because we live in a world that is that stupid right now. In all honesty, am I just kind of jealous that I didn't buy some of it? A little bit, but also it's definitely a bellwether or an indication of where society and culture has gotten. We care more and we would put more money in to an AI shilling a meme token than we would into things that are legitimate and realistic. These are not people buying silver and gold and planning for a retirement. These are people just straight up gambling on, hey, Mr. Goatsy here. Maybe Mr. Goatsy is going to be my retirement plan. I think we've gotten to the world and we've gotten to a financial and an economic situation that is so bad that everyone's retirement plan has turned into scratch-off tickets. We've turned into a point where there's no way we can dig our ways out of a hole. We can't imagine a world, and I'm speaking now in a very generalistic fashion. I'm speaking more as a matter of generations for the average American, in a way that we don't see a way out. We don't have a financial perspective or view that results in us being able to achieve the world and the lives that our fathers promised, type deal. We don't have that same world anymore. We don't have the same opportunities that we had in the past. And now People are no longer trying to plan for the future. They're gambling for their future. And I feel like this is just another indication of that. We are now in a place where people are thinking that it makes more sense to buy a lotto ticket than it does to buy an ounce of silver, or than it does to put money towards a retirement. It makes more sense to bet money on a meme coin than it does to try to own a home, because the prospect of owning a home or of retiring or getting to that point is just no longer something that the average American believes is achievable. And so maybe I'm taking more out of this than there is there. This is just something that seems to be an ongoing and expanding problem, in that they're just throwing money at any random crap in crypto or in the stock market. They're just throwing money at it. And it's because no other prospect seems like it has a possibility of resulting in success. And so this is going to be a catastrophic collapse when it does collapse. People that spent their money on it at the bottom, yes, they have made a fortune. A lot of people have made a fortune on things like this. If you bought in early, congratulations to you. You're sitting pretty. But if you bought in at the top, you're probably going back through and having a pretty upsetting day in the near future, because things of this nature are not real. There is no fundamental value here. There's nothing backing this at all. People say, hey, there's nothing backing Bitcoin. Bitcoin has incredible technology and is not something that is just entirely speculative. This is the epitome of nothing. That's the epitome of nothing. It doesn't have anything. It has an AI designed to sell it. It doesn't have an AI designed to build it, not to make it better. Just one, to make people buy it, to make it viral. And so very, very interesting. In all honesty, I do find there to be a lot here. If this was not a situation where I was imagining people losing their butts in terms of having invested and then getting screwed over, in all honesty, I would consider this to be a scholarly thing. And I think, judging by the way the Terminal of Truth and some of the beginning parts of them using the bot and what they were planning on doing, that's what they viewed it as. They viewed it as a scholarly pursuit. Their scholarly pursuit became so successful that now it's literally out of their hands. It turns out that their bot is not just good at selling, it's insanely good at selling this crap. So we'll keep up with it. We'll look at it every once in a while. Hopefully for those folks out there that own it, they do not get screwed. I don't want that. I don't want to see that happen. But when something is based off of absolutely nothing, you have to be very, very worried for everyone's safety, because there's nothing to stop this from collapsing to zero. Somebody that decides to spend 10 grand because they want to be rich too, well, they may end up not rich and 10 grand poor. All right, though, guys, with all of that stated, I'm going to go ahead and sign off in the next minute or so. I will be over on Whiskey and Wisdom on the original Mark Z show this evening. And so please come join if you do have time. Otherwise, love you guys. Thank you for being here. And I will see you in either 2 hours and 6 minutes, or I will see you on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you will see me when the interview with Mel Carmine comes out tomorrow. So love you. See you soon.